course, Fridays are very special days for most people in the workforce because they have 2 days. Well, that's not here nor there. Let's not get involved in that, huh? I am indeed Lassiter with you on the Talk of Tampa Bay, WFLA, until 4, as I am every day, Monday through Saturday. You'll note that I work on Saturday. My weekend doesn't start until Saturday, so Friday doesn't really mean a hell of a lot to me. But nonetheless, I'm still suffering the humiliation of having put Gorgeous George on the air, so we'll just kind of make it an open program today. There are a number of things that we could talk about. We might talk about Toledo Weaver and Tackless Harris over at Q10 Jive. A couple of regular listeners of mine, even though they said they never do. Hi there, Toledo. How are you? Glad to have you along this afternoon again. Toledo and Tackless were there doing their bit this morning, and some pimply-faced moron called up and said, well, what do you think about that Lassiter who did 4 hours the other day on why he should leave the air? 4 hours. The moron listened to all of it. And Toledo said, well, I don't listen to him, but. And then, sat there and did a recitation of all that I do, so forth and so on. So, Toledo, glad to have you along, even though you guys are losing the edge over there. But Toledo is the newest member of the Dog Meat Club, somebody who refuses to admit that he listens to the Lassiter show. So, Toledo will be sending out a sweatshirt and a bumper sticker to you as the newest member of the Dog Meat Club. Maybe that's what we could do today. Maybe today we could do, why is Lassiter so, darn, why is Lassiter so... Well, whatever he is. No, that's not... I know, I've got a great idea. We're going to do the entire show, but in particular for the first half hour with nothing but women, we're going to do the entire show today on wimps. Yeah, wimps. So, and all the women can call up about why the men are wimps or not wimps. Yeah, we'll just do that. It's a great... Huh? When?
Today.
Yeah. Oh. Darn. Seemed like a great show idea to me. Well, no, okay. We could talk about television. Yeah, television. I tell you, man, last night at 9 o'clock, I just didn't know what to do. There was Reagan on a couple of channels, Leo Biscaglia on Channel 3, plus WWF Wrestling on USA. And I just didn't know what to watch. You probably had the same problem, too, and I was kind of, maybe we could talk about which one of the three you chose to watch. I'll tell you, I started to watch Leo. I figured, I've seen Ronnie's act before. So I started to watch Leo, and it suddenly dawned on me that I'm one of the very few people in the entire world who both eats brie cheese and has never seen Leo Biscaglia on television. And, God, I was a little embarrassed about it. I have almost all of his books, and I love the books. They're just great. I find, obviously, I consider them humor. But I couldn't take it. I just could not take it. Leo is not a visual act. Leo is for the written page. So I switched over and watched the WWF. Does anybody know if Randy Macho Man Savage beat Honky Tonk Man the other night and got his belt back? Boy, I sure do hope so. I like Randy. He's a good guy, friend of mine. But no, that's not what we'll talk about. I know what we can talk about. We can talk about Lois, that Neanderthal that called in on Norman's show, who was all upset about naming streets after Martin Luther King or something, and then started talking about all these, I tell you, she started talking about all these 450-pound illegitimate mothers with food stamps coming out of their pockets, walking up and down Hillsborough Avenue all the time. And maybe we could talk about why does Lois spend so much time on Hillsborough Avenue? It seems to upset her very much, but I'm assuming she's telling the truth. My goodness, she seemed to know about it in intimate detail. So that's what we'll do today. We'll talk about why does Lois spend so much time on Hillsborough Avenue? I don't want to direct the conversation, but I do have my own personal theory. I think Lois is out there looking for black men, and if they're black women, you'll probably find black men. And so I think that's why Lois is out on Hillsborough Avenue all the time. No, I know. Oh, God, I know what we can talk about. We can talk about Monday. This coming Monday, 10 o'clock, the big anti-Lassiter rally that will be taking place at the intersection of Jefferson and Jackson, right here in downtown Tampa. How many people do you think are going to show up? I think about 15, maybe. And, no, that's not a good topic. We could talk about, oh, God, I got it now. The people of Nebraska. Will the people of Nebraska really be offended if we change the name of that street to Martin Luther King Boulevard or whatever it is? Will that offend the people of Nebraska, and should we take that into consideration? Frankly, I think that if they would be offended, we should do it, and do it quick. Maybe even tonight put up some news. No, I know. We can talk about David Sharp. Will David Sharp be allowed into the Bucks locker room this coming Sunday? That's what we could talk. That would be a great, what do you think? I think maybe he'd be invited in extra special. No. I know, I know what we can talk about. The new show that is coming up here on Saturdays at WFLA. We have a brand new show. We already have, Dr. Shatan, and we've got Dr. Ruth. Well, for all of those lovesick people out there who need help with their relationships, who need help with their sex lives, we have scored a coup and a half. The Jacob and Irma show will be coming up here, and I just wanted to know if you think that should replace Dr. Ruth or maybe be in addition to Dr. Ruth. Just, all these great topics. Or no, I know what we'll do. No. We will talk about whatever you want to talk about because it's an open program. I'll even give you the telephone numbers. Of course, there is that long-distance line.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. I just worry about poor Lois, this frail, elderly white woman, wandering up and down Hillsborough Avenue.
Well,
But then I worry about Lois wandering any place.
That's right. Well, maybe she'll get what she's looking for and change her mind.
Well, I think she's had what she's looking for a number of times, but not recently.
Right.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. One line open again in Pinellas from Nellis County. Let us go next to Kay in Tampa. Hi, Kay. You're on the air at WFLA. Kay? Kay, you wouldn't do this to me now, would you? I mean, come on, Kay. Kay? Kay, are you there, Kay? I mean, I announced your name and your town and everything, Kay. It's. Come on, Kay. Kay? 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 Oh, I think you misunderstand. No, it's not going to be part of my show. They have their own show, their own sex advice show, coming up starting Saturday.
On FLA?
FLA.
All right. What time?
I'm not sure yet. The memo hasn't come out. It'll be sometime in the late afternoon.
Okay, you're going to announce it when it comes out?
Announce it. My God, there'll be billboards, TV ads, newspaper. The Jacob and Irma Sex Advice Show.
Oh, and the first guest will be Dr. Ruth, huh?
No guests, just calls from people in the area who need advice on their intimate problems.
Bye-bye.
Let us next go to the Brandon Brain Lady, otherwise known as Lois and Brandon. Hi there, Lois. How are you?
Yes, Mr. Lassiter. You have made me almost as famous as you have Jacob and... What's her name, Irma?
No, Lois. You've done it all by yourself, dearie.
If Rocky needs some help, I'd love to come down there and help him blow that Carolyn right back up where she came from. The reason I go along Hillsborough every day is because
they're looking for black studs, right?
I go to work.
You go to work along Hillsborough. What, you out there hooking on Hillsborough, Lois?
No, I work on the other side of town, so that's the reason I go.
Well, what corner do you work on?
I can say about these 600.
Lois, which corner do you work on?
Having kids.
How much do you charge, Lois? Do you have any customers at all?
Huh?
Do you have any customers? How much do you charge? Which street corner are you on?
I don't work. I said I go to the other side of town.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So we want to know which intersection you're working if it isn't along Hillsborough.
I'm not working any of them. I see them out there. I see the hookers out there, but I'm not, I go to work. That's more than I can say about these blacks. Their work is lying on their back and having these kids, and you see them out there. They're 350 pounds, and I think I saw one.
What, they lost 100 pounds? They were 450 earlier this morning.
600 pounds. I don't see how.
Oh, now they're up to 600. I see.
But you see them, and they all use food stamps. I happen to stop in the grocery store along the way, coming back home, and buy my groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And I see them.
You frequently shop in ghetto supermarkets.
No, it just happens to be the way I go to work down town. And if Rocky needs some help, I would love to come down and help him.
How long have you had this desire for black men?
I ain't got no desire for black men.
Then why are you always out there looking for them?
I'm not out there looking for them. That's the way I go to work.
Oh, I know. They just come up to you. Right, Lois, sure.
No, they don't come up to me because I'd blow them away with my car if they,
If they what?
Came up to me. But I just...
come on, Lois, admit it.
Oh,
admit it.
Come
Come on,
Bob.
Lois.
You know,
Big, black, sweaty construction workers, right? Huh?
Most of them don't work. You just see them out there.
You only prefer the ones that work.
No, I'm not looking for anybody. I
You're
have
not.
a husband, and I don't need any of them.
You have a husband.
That's right.
Funny, before you had told us that you were widowed.
No, I didn't tell you that.
I could have sworn you did.
No, Mr. Lassiter, you never said that.
Bill in a car phone. You wanted to say something to Lois, Bill?
Yeah, I just wanted to rename. I'm glad I'm anonymous, but I heard there is an APB out for Lois. There's a couple warrants against her. One is picking up black studs on Hillsborough Avenue in Nebraska, and the other is trying to pay them in food stamps supposedly stolen from fat black women shopping in local area malls and shopping centers.
You're kidding me, Bill.
No, and it's real bad. They got her pegged now. They think they got her, and I wanted to keep calling in so we can get a fix on her phone and trace it and stuff. But as my understanding, there is an APB out on her, and I don't know how many black studs take food stamps anymore, but that's my understanding. So I just want to let you know about that.
Well, thanks, Bill. We appreciate that.
Sure.
Lois, what do you have to say about that?
Lassiter,
Yeah?
may I ask you something? If
Sure.
Rocky needs any help, I'd love to come down and help him. I would just love to stand
Well,
back,
Lois, the building is not walker accessible.
But I'd love to help him.
And you'd have to bring your own oxygen tank.
No, you would
Then you
have
probably
to
travel with it all the time anyway.
You'd have to put Carolyn on oxygen. That's what would happen. We all work. That's white folks work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to come down and help Rocky.
So your husband's out working, earning money, and you're cruising up and down Hillsborough Avenue buying black studs.
No, Mr. Lassiter, I go to work too.
Oh, when do you work, Lois?
You know.
When do you work, Lois? Because you've always been free to call me day or night. You know, it doesn't seem to make any difference when I'm on. You're always available to call.
I have my own shop.
Oh, you have your own shop? Yeah. Strange. Well, I believe once you had told us you were a nurse.
No, I never told you. I don't know where you get these things from. I'm not a nurse.
Well, I didn't think you were, but that's what you had told us at one time.
And I'm not a widow.
Well, you told us you were and that your children lived in Houston.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have a very good memory, Lois. Apparently you don't.
No, your memory is the one that's bad, you know?
No, it's bad concerning what I did this morning or yesterday, but if you want to go back 6, 8, 9, 10 months, a year, 2 years, it gets pretty good. Too good for you, Lois.
You can remember that? Well, my God, you just made me famous, you know? You can remember what I said.
No, Lois, no. There are people I have made famous, but you're not one of them. You, Lois, your fame is all self-generated.
Well, the truth of the matter is, if Rocky needs some help, I just love to come down and help him.
You keep repeating yourself, Lois.
Yeah, because I want that,
I don't even think Rocky would want to, pal around with you.
Oh, yeah,
even
Rocky.
He has higher standards.
No, Rocky would like to pal around with me and my husband because we are the...
Maybe Bob from St. Pete, but not Rocky. I mean, come on, Rocky.
No,
Rocky's got class at least.
Carolyn, we don't need her type down here. You know...
Don't need her type what? You don't need a white woman?
No.
You don't need a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant?
No, she's not.
See, I told you you're into black men.
No, she's nothing but a nigger lover.
All right.
Here, we don't need them.
We've never seen Carolyn moving up and down Hillsborough Avenue checking out studs.
Because she doesn't live over this way.
Hey there, Kiggs. Want to have a good time with old girl?
She doesn't live over this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, Carolyn is a nerd, frankly.
Carolyn is a nerd?
Right.
What the hell would you know about nerds?
Because she is a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
We in the South have a way of,
She's a Southern girl, too, you know.
Carolyn?
Yeah.
Where is she from?
Louisville or something like that. I'm not sure, but she's a Southern girl.
No, anybody above the Mason-Dixon line are just nigger lovers, let's face it. Which you are too, Mr. Lester, let's face it.
No, I'm a people lover.
No, you're a nigger lover.
Well, if you'd like to think of it that way, sure, okay.
Okay. It suits me. I mean, we don't need you people down here.
But you're stuck with me, Lois.
Got along fine.
Not only stuck with me, but you follow me from station to station. That's amazing.
No.
Oh, Lois, come on. You used to call me over the other station. You call me over here. Follow me from station to station.
I never listened to the other station.
Lois, you're the Brandon Brain lady. You know it.
Yeah, sure, I've got a brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's bigger than most blacks.
Right.
Yeah, bigger than yours, probably.
Yeah, right.
Bigger than Carolyn's.
Hey.
I think that Rocky can take
You're
care
really
of
into
himself.
size, aren't you, Lois? Size seems very important to you.
Rocky can take care of himself, but just in case he needs some help, I'd be glad to come down and help him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he needs your help, Lois.
No, he doesn't need my help. I think he can handle that.
Well, make up your mind, Lois.
2-bit female, all by himself. All by himself.
You know you are a disgusting subhuman pig, don't you, Lois?
Well, so are you, Mr. Lassiter.
No, I'm not a disgusting subhuman pig.
Yes, you are.
Maybe a disgusting pig, but not subhuman.
I saw your picture of the paper, and thank God I'm not as fat or as
went out and bought a copy of it, huh? Probably got it framed, don't you?
No, I don't. I just threw it in the trash.
I'll tell you, I'll bet I know what you did. You sat down with your brown crayon.
To tell you the truth.
You sat down with your brown crayon and you colored in all the flesh parts, didn't you?
No, I just threw it in the trash.
Put it under your pillow.
As a matter of fact, I put it in a trash bag and put it out for the, the trash picker-uppers.
After you read every word and cut out the picture and, colored in the flesh parts brown.
I just looked at it and I thought, you look just like I thought you did.
You knew how I looked, Lois?
No, I never saw you. Except in that picture. And to tell you the truth, I was really surprised. I was really surprised that anybody would allow themselves to get in that condition.
Would you send us a picture of yourself, Lois?
Yeah, I weigh about 115 pounds. How's that grab you?
Would you send us a picture, Lois?
Be happy to. I'd be glad to come down there.
I'd look forward. You'd be happy to come down here.
There.
Would you like to be my guest Monday?
I'd love to help Rocky.
Would you like to be my guest on Monday, Lois, at noon?
No, I'd like to come down and help Rocky.
I thought you said you'd be happy to come down here. To show us what you look like.
Well, I'm blonde and...
Blonde? Right.
Well, I am. And I weigh 115 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Does that bother you?
Not at all, Lois. Not at all.
Well, I'd just like to come down and help Rocky. That's the only time I come down to help Rocky, because I'd like to blast that Carolyn right back to where she came from.
Probably come down Hillsborough Avenue, huh?
Well, that's the way I go to work.
I'll bet it is, Lois. I'll bet it is. 12:43.
I have an idea on how to make some money off Captain Jack's crowd on Monday, but if you think there's only going to be 15 people, I don't think it's hardly worth my while.
Oh, I don't see how they could possibly draw that many.
So I was thinking about setting up a booth and maybe selling prune juice and denture adhesive, stuff like that.
Well, that's probably a very good idea. Pre-chewed ice cream, too.
But with only 15 people now, I was wondering maybe if Captain Jack would phone in and encourage me a little more.
Well, as a matter of fact, he's on the line. Hi there, Captain Jack. Whoops. Captain Jack chickened out and hung up. He was on line 4. Such is life. By the way, that gives me an opening in Hillsborough.
Well, maybe you had to go take some vitamins.
Probably did. Had to take something.
But I was thinking another thing, too. If it's windy on Monday, that's going to make it awful difficult for all these old people.
That'll be blowing them over left and right.
Oh, my God, you should maybe put ropes up in the parking lot so you can hang on to them.
Or chairs or something.
Or chairs.
Yeah, they could, kind of pick it in a musical chair fashion.
Well, that would work, too. They play games like that.
Get up 2 steps, sit down. Get up 2 steps, sit down. Get up 2 steps, sit down.
Oh, they can never remember all that.
Well, I guess we could go out there with some chalk and write directions and instructions for them on the sidewalk, but then they don't follow instructions and directions very well anyway.
Then I was thinking on the younger crowd, maybe bring out some condoms. They should go over big, too.
Well, it's a possibility.
But with only 15 people, I'm really discouraged. But I can only hope Captain Jack phones in and tells me there's going to be a couple of hundred.
They tell me he's back again. Captain Jack, are you there? Hello, Captain Jack. Captain Jack hung up again. What can I tell you?
Oh, well, maybe he's got the same idea.
No, I don't think Captain Jack ever had an idea. But thank you anyway, Don.
Okay, well, again, I hope you survive that thing on Monday.
I'm sure we will.
We'll be waiting to hear from you on Tuesday.
Okay. Bucky in Pinellas County. Hi, Bucky. You're on the air.
Bob.
Yes, Bucky.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Be careful with how you pronounce my name. The decency lady won't like it.
Well, it's funny you should bring that up because I believe sometime in the next hour, they've been working frantically for the last 2 days, the engineering department, on a new alarm system for the decency lady. It's very high-tech, all electronic, and she has in her possession a little battery-powered packet of some kind,
right,
and a Walkman, so that she can be any place in the area, any place within a 50-mile radius of the station, and sound an alarm whenever she hears something that she doesn't like. And it's, I want to tell, well, actually, I can push the button and test the alarm. It is an obscene, horrible, horrible noise. And when it's all hooked up, it'll sound something like this.
Oh, that's great.
Can't get the damn thing off. There we go.
Hey, while I'm calling,
Yeah?
I think I have the solution to your chair problem.
What's that?
Give the telephone number out for your general manager.
Uh-huh.
And then you, day before you go to work, you lay out on your stomach and get a sunburn on your backside.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to work, you're going to be very uncomfortable.
Oh, I should suspect.
And your chair makes a hell of a squeak.
It really does.
And your callers, especially the old part that only occasionally listen, will call the management up and complain about it all day long.
Uh-huh.
And they will have to go out and get you a chair.
Well, they'll just go out and play golf, and all they're going to do is just harass the poor receptionist downstairs.
Oh, so that wouldn't be the solution.
No, he'll just go play golf.
Right.
Yeah, whenever there's a big decision to make, that's what he does. He suddenly puts on his golf shoes, picks up his bag, and bam, he's gone out the back door.
Right.
We don't see him for 3 days. Before I continue with anything, we have to run a little test here. The engineering department they believe they've worked out all the bugs, and supposedly somewhere out there in Pinellas County at a tea social, Decency Lady is monitoring the program. Decency Lady, if you are listening, please push the green button. If you are listening, Decency Lady, push the green button. Okay. You don't have to hold it down, Decency Lady. Thank you, Decency Lady. Would you now please push the intercom? Decency Lady? No, it's terrible, terrible noise, man. Let go, Decency Lady. Thank you, Decency Lady. Okay, the intercom is not working, but apparently the signal is. Again, Decency Lady, please push the green button again. And Decency Lady, don't hold it down. Just push it for about 2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Well, apparently our electronic hookup, thumbs up, okay. Apparently our electronic hookup with Decency Lady is functioning now, and she has this little battery pack. It looks very similar to, a remote control in a VCR or something like that. And Decency Lady has a Walkman, and no matter where she goes in the Tampa Bay area, she can monitor the show, and this is unbelievable. I mean, do you believe this in a market this size? And Decency Lady can let us know when she thinks the show is getting a little bit out of hand. That should be very exciting. Drop-Off City during the news.
Well, I want to thank you for letting me that pound of liver, man. I didn't know it could be done that way.
It sure can.
Thank you, man, really. Is that a northern thing?
Lady.
Is that a northern thing, or?
Well, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Bob, did you ever do FM?
This isn't going to work.
Boy, she's going crazy.
No, Danny, I haven't.
You got a real good FM voice. Have you seen my friend? Have you talked to my friend?
FM. I'm sorry. Decency Lady and I both made the same mistake.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was at FM.
Yes. That's where I started in FM.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you talked to my friend Jackie lately, man?
Jackie?
Yeah.
Jackie who?
Jackie, the one who objected, said I was an egotist, man. Said that I was, real egotistical, male chauvinist. I wonder what she thought of Sean Connery saying that he slapped some chicks, man.
You're going to have to clean it up, Danny.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But anyway. But no, I just want to tell Jackie that I am an egotist because before I call out my own name.
Okay.
Okay, Bob. Listen, man, keep up the growling, man.
Well, I'll try, Danny.
Okay, Bob.
Bye-bye. That opens up a lot.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Please don't say anything to upset Decency Lady.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
First, I got to tell you I'm a private investigator, and I have special facts, film, and pictures that Lois, Gorgeous George, and Jacob are the same family. Husband, wife,
really?
and son.
Son of a gun.
Yep, we clinched it today when she said she had blonde hair. That clinched it.
Okay.
We also know that Jacob was getting all his girly pictures from his father. Oh, sorry, big lady. He was getting his nasty pictures? How's that?
Apparently okay.
Okay, that's good. Yes, and when this show comes on, the father's going to be there out front making more tapes to sell. Anybody who wants them over the air and maybe even on TV.
Okay, Roger.
I got to go. My gun's getting hot in my holster.
Bye-bye, Roger.
Straight as ever. Let's face it, Lois is too old to be a prostitute. She doesn't move fast enough. Besides, there's enough apes getting around without her getting in the act. Maybe she's trying to get some money to buy you a chair. But don't hold your breath.
Doubt it very much.
Yeah,
Yes, she's nothing but a right-sider, and we don't need people like her.
Okay, Margaret.
Just tell her to stay off the strip.
Okay, we'll pass that message along to her. Uh-huh.
I think this is awful. The frivolity that people are showing anymore for God and the things of God. I think it's awful.
Well, okay, Mabel.
I think it's terrible.
Don't go see the film, then.
Oh, I think it's awful that people would even make such a film. Don't you feel it's terrible to show such God in such a low-brow type of thing?
I've not seen the film, Mabel. I don't know what it's about, so I couldn't really pass on it. Do I like things like what?
Like that movie.
I haven't seen the movie, Mabel. I don't know what it's about.
Date with an Angel? I don't either. I haven't seen it, but I just saw this thing in here. I think it's terrible. And another one, Hello Again. All these things. It's awful anymore. People are so frivolous about... I'm sure...
Not like the good old days when you were a girl, huh?
Right. Good old films like that.
Right, we used to go to the Penny Arcade and just watch the horse jumping over the...
How old do you think I am, Bob?
How old do I think you are, Mabel?
Yes.
How old is dirt, Mabel?
Oh, my goodness. This is terrible. You've never insulted me like this.
Well, you never gave me the opportunity before.
Well, I'm shocked. Oh, Bob. You upset me terribly. Bye.
Goodbye, Mabel. Well, she asked. Trent in Tampa. Hi, you're on the air at WFLA.
Yes, Bob?
Yes, Trent.
I just want to say first that I really enjoy your show, but, there's decency...
Yeah, right after they castigated me for doing shock radio, they put somebody else on the air talking about hanging your testicles up for Christmas.
Goodness.
And giggling.
Goodness.
Well, but we like them anyway.
Yeah.
Hi there, Toledo. How you doing?
Hey, Bob. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Bob, I understand the decency lady is monitoring the program today.
It appears that way.
See.
Beep if you're listening, decency lady. Yeah, she's still there.
There she is. I have a short story that I really can't take credit for. I have to admit that I heard this on the Richard Shanks show the other day.
Who?
Anyway, it's a candy story, Bob.
Yeah.
One payday, Mr. Goodbar wanted a bit of honey. So he took Miss Hershey behind the powerhouse on the corner of Clark and Fifth Avenue. He began to feel her mounds with his butterfingers. And it was pure almond joy. He let out a snicker as she cried, "Oh, Henry," while squeezing his Peter Paul. Miss Hershey said, "You're even better than the Three Musketeers." Soon, she was a bit chunky, and 9 months later, had a baby Ruth.
God, it's annoying.
I love that story. And, Bob, Donna Rice and Gary Hart were talking after, the stuff hit the fan. And,
stuff,
I said
decency
stuff.
lady, stuff. Jeez.
Thank you. Gary Hart was heard to say to Donna Rice.
Okay, Mike.